Welcome to Movie Maven, your ultimate destination for exploring the intricate worlds of cinema. Today, we're embarking on a journey to uncover the magic of Moana 2. The Call of the Ocean, the highly anticipated sequel to Disney's beloved animated masterpiece, Moana. Released on insert release date, this film brings back the characters we love while introducing new layers of adventure, emotion, and cultural richness. Whether you're a lifelong fan of Moana and Maui or just curious about how this sequel expands on the original, you're in for a treat. We'll dive into the storytelling, themes, and cinematic artistry that make this film a standout addition to Disney's animated legacy. If you're passionate about in-depth movie analyses and love exploring what makes films truly shine, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join our growing community of cinema enthusiasts. Together, we'll uncover the layers of meaning and creativity that make movies like Moana 2 unforgettable. Now, grab your metaphorical paddle and let's dive into the heart of this extraordinary sequel to see why Moana 2. The Call of the Ocean is already making waves. Moana 2. Moana, the heart of the story, has matured into a confident leader 3 years after her initial journey. As chief of Motunui, she thrives in her role, blending her love for exploration with a deep commitment to her people. However, beneath her composed exterior lies a subtle restlessness, a yearning that her current life cannot quite fulfill. Her ancestral dreams and the arrival of the mysterious relic propel her into action, reigniting her adventurous spirit. Throughout Moana 2, her character evolves from a determined leader to someone who understands the intricate balance between heritage, personal choice, and collective responsibility. Her emotional growth is key, especially as she grapples with the realization that her ancestors were fallible. By acknowledging their mistakes and working to restore balance, Moana exemplifies a modern leader, one who owns their flaws and learns from them. Her interactions with Nalo reflect her empathy and resolve. While Nalo's bitterness challenges her, Moana's unwavering belief in reconciliation and her ability to shoulder the weight of her heritage cement her as a symbol of resilience. Maui, the stripped demigod. The once mighty demigod Maui undergoes a transformation unlike anything in the first film. Stripped of his powers early in the story, Maui is thrust into a vulnerable position that forces him to confront his insecurities. Without his superhuman strength or his magical fishhook, Maui struggles to define his identity beyond the persona of the cocky hero. His arc is one of humility and self-discovery. Initially resistant to the journey, Maui begins to see its purpose not as a means to regain his power, but as an opportunity to make amends for his past misdeeds. The revelation that he contributed to Nalo's distrust of mortals strikes a deep chord, pushing Maui to redefine heroism. His humor remains intact, providing levity even in tense moments, but his character's deeper layers shine through as he supports Moana. By the end of the film, Maui is no longer just the invincible demigod. He's a protector, a friend, and a figure who values collaboration over personal glory. Nalo, the bittersweet antagonist. Nalo, the guardian of Motufitu, is a complex figure whose pain and anger drive much of the story's conflict. Unlike traditional Disney villains, Nalo's motivations are deeply rooted in betrayal and loss. The broken pact with Moana's ancestors left him disillusioned, fueling his resentment toward mortals. What makes Nalo compelling is the duality of his character. On the surface, he is a fearsome force of nature, commanding storms and guarding Motufitu with relentless fury. Yet, beneath his intimidating exterior is a being racked with sorrow and a desperate need for acknowledgement. His interactions with Moana and Maui challenge them, and the audience, to question notions of justice and forgiveness. By the climax, Nalo's journey mirrors that of the protagonists. His eventual release of anger and acceptance of Moana's sincerity mark his transformation from antagonist to a being capable of healing. His story adds depth and poignancy, making him a memorable figure in Disney's gallery of characters. The crew, strength in unity. Moana's seafaring crew adds richness and diversity to the story, each member bringing their own quirks and perspectives. Ledoux, the strategist, is the intellectual anchor of the group. His quick thinking and resourcefulness prove invaluable during the labyrinth sequence. Though reserved, Ledoux' sharp observations often nudge the group in the right direction. Moni, the optimist, provides emotional support and humor, reminding the crew of the importance of hope even in dire situations. Her unwavering belief in the mission keeps spirits high. Kale, the farmer, is the most enigmatic member of the crew. Initially gruff and reluctant, Kale's connection to Motifitu adds a layer of mystery to his character. His ultimate sacrifice cements his role as the unsung hero, and his story leaves a lasting impact on both the characters and the audience. Together, the crew embodies the theme of unity. Their differing strengths and weaknesses highlight the power of teamwork, even when tensions arise. Ancestors and legacy. Although not physically present, Moana's ancestors play a crucial role in shaping the narrative. Their visions guide Moana, but their imperfections remind her, and the audience, that even revered figures can make mistakes. This nuanced portrayal of legacy emphasizes the importance of acknowledging past errors while striving for a better future. Themes embodied by characters. Each character in Moana 2 contributes to the film's central themes. Legacy and responsibility. Moana's journey is driven by her desire to honor her ancestors while correcting their wrongs. Identity and redemption. Maui's arc showcases the struggle to redefine oneself beyond past glory or mistakes. Forgiveness and healing. Nalo's transformation highlights the power of reconciliation and the need to let go of anger. Unity and sacrifice. The crew's camaraderie underscores the importance of collective effort and personal sacrifice for the greater good. Together, these richly drawn characters ensure that Moana 2 is not just a story about adventure, but a deeply resonant tale of growth, resilience, and the bonds that connect us all. The ocean, vast and mysterious, holds stories untold, and it never forgets its chosen ones. On Wednesday, November 27, 2024, Disney invites audiences to return to the glistening waters of Oceania with Moana 2, the highly anticipated sequel to its 2016 animated classic. Cravalho and Dwayne Johnson reprise their iconic roles as Moana and Maui, bringing humor, heart, and heroism to an adventure that promises to redefine their destinies. Set 3 years after her triumphant journey to restore the heart of Te Fiti, Moana 2 blends lush animation, evocative music, and a deeply resonant narrative that explores the bonds of heritage, courage, and the strength required to heal a fractured world. Overview of the journey. Life in Motunui has flourished under Moana's leadership. Her people embrace wayfinding, voyaging with confidence and purpose under her guidance. Yet, even in the midst of prosperity, Moana feels a restlessness stirring deep within her, a quiet pull that seems to echo through the waves. Her unease grows when the ocean presents her with a strange artifact, a fragment of a map etched with symbols unfamiliar even to her ancestors. The map, accompanied by cryptic visions, points to a forgotten island, Motifitu, hidden beyond Oceania's known waters. Determined to uncover the truth, Moana gathers a crew of seafarers to embark on a perilous journey, guided by the belief that understanding her past holds the key to her people's future. Maui, initially reluctant to join, is drawn into the quest when the map hints at ancient gods whose power rivals his own. Their mission, however, is far from straightforward. With the island under a mysterious curse and its guardian, Nalo, seething with resentment, Moana's quest becomes a race against time to protect her people and heal the ocean's fractured harmony. The crew and the adventure. Maui and Moana's bond. The dynamic between Moana and Maui evolves throughout the film. Stripped of his demigod powers early on, Maui must face his deepest insecurities and rediscover his identity beyond his godhood. Their shared struggles strengthen their friendship, but tensions rise as Maui's vulnerability clashes with Moana's growing sense of responsibility. A motley crew. Alongside Moana and Maui are a lively group of voyagers, each bringing unique skills and perspectives. Ledoux, a sharp-witted strategist, is the brains behind many of their daring escapades. Moni, an optimistic dreamer, serves as the crew's moral compass. Kale, a gruff farmer, hides a personal connection to Motifitu that could change the course of their journey. The ensemble provides humor and heart, their interactions showcasing the power of community even in the face of danger. Plot twists and major themes. Motofitu's secrets. As the crew approaches Motofitu, they discover that the island is both beautiful and perilous. Cursed to remain submerged for centuries, it surfaces only during violent storms, its shifting landscapes reflecting the emotional turmoil of its guardian, Nalo. Nalo's perspective. Far from a simple villain, Nalo is revealed to be a god betrayed by mortals. His bitterness stems from a broken pact, one that Moana's ancestors played a part in. His rage is not unjustified, and his story forces Moana to question the role of humanity in preserving balance with nature. A legacy revealed. Moana learns that her connection to Motofitu is more personal than she ever imagined. Her ancestors' actions have ripple effects that she must confront, challenging her understanding of leadership and legacy. An epic climax. The final act crescendos into an unforgettable sequence. Moana, stripped of her crew and facing Nalo alone, must tap into a strength she didn't know she possessed. As the island threatens to sink forever, Moana's actions blur the line between courage and sacrifice. Meanwhile, Maui's rediscovery of his purpose as a protector rather than a hero proves pivotal in the battle to save both the island and the ocean's delicate harmony. In a poignant moment that ties the story's themes together, Moana embraces the past's mistakes to build a better future, not just for Motunui but for all of Oceania. Her triumph is not without cost, leaving viewers to grapple with the weight of her choices as the credits roll. Building anticipation. Moana 2 is more than a continuation. It's a journey into the unknown, filled with breathtaking visuals, unexpected twists, and heartfelt moments. The film's exploration of themes like legacy, redemption, and humanity's relationship with the natural world resonates deeply, promising an experience that will linger long after the final wave has crashed. With stunning animation, a soul-stirring soundtrack, and the return of beloved characters, Moana 2 beckons audiences to sail once more into the heart of adventure. What mysteries lie beyond the horizon? Only the bravest will find out on November 27, 2024. Into the depths of danger. The distant outline of Motofitu grows sharper on the horizon, a mesmerizing yet foreboding sight. The island's jagged cliffs glisten with an unnatural luminescence, and the sea churns violently around its shores. Moana, her crew, and Maui know they are entering a realm untouched for centuries, a place where both nature and the supernatural collide. Their arrival is not greeted warmly. As soon as the ship enters Motofitu's waters, they are met by massive tidal waves and ghostly figures rising from the sea. These spectral sentinels are manifestations of the curse that binds the island, and their sole purpose is to drive intruders away. Moana, relying on her wayfinding instincts and a growing confidence in her ancestral visions, leads the group to navigate through the chaos, narrowly making it to the shore. Unearthing the island's mysteries. On the island, the group is struck by its surreal beauty and eerie desolation. The land seems alive, its vegetation shifting subtly, as if responding to their presence. Moni, the optimist of the crew, interprets these movements as a welcome, while Kale, the gruff farmer, warns them to tread carefully. Their opposing perspectives set the tone for the team's internal struggles as they delve deeper into the island. In the heart of the island, they uncover an ancient temple adorned with carvings that tell a harrowing tale. Through these symbols, Moana pieces together the truth. Motofitu was once a beacon of harmony between gods and mortals. But an act of betrayal, a broken pact between Moana's ancestors and the island's guardian, Nalo, led to the guardian's despair and fury. As punishment, Nalo cursed the island, trapping it in a cycle of destruction and rebirth, and swore to exact vengeance should mortals ever return. The weight of this revelation shakes Moana. Her ancestors, the very people she has always sought to honor, were not blameless. Their actions set in motion the suffering that still reverberates today. Maui's transformation. Maui's journey takes a significant turn in these moments. Stripped of his godly powers, he initially struggles to see his value in this perilous mission. However, the temple's carvings reveal a startling connection. Maui had once crossed paths with Nalo during his demigod exploits, unknowingly contributing to the Guardian's distrust of mortals. This realization pushes Maui into a profound reckoning. His charm and bravado are no longer enough to mask his guilt or his fear of irrelevance. With Moana's encouragement, Maui begins to understand that his worth is not tied to his strength but to his ability to stand by others, even when the odds seem insurmountable. The confrontation with Nalo. The turning point comes as Moana and her team finally confront Nalo, the island's bitter guardian. Unlike the terrifying figures Moana has faced before, Nalo's presence is sorrowful and complex. The god appears as a towering, storm-wreathed figure, his voice reverberating with the pain of centuries of betrayal. He accuses Moana and her people of repeating the cycle of broken promises, and as the storm around them intensifies, he threatens to sink Motufitu and all who stand upon it. Moana steps forward, not with defiance but with humility. She acknowledges the mistakes of her ancestors and offers to make amends, even if it means risking everything. Nalo is unmoved, his rage clouding his judgment. Just as the confrontation seems to spiral into disaster, Maui intervenes. Drawing on his newfound self-awareness, he appeals to Nalo as a fellow being wronged by mortals. Maui admits his own failings and offers to share in Moana's burden of restoring balance. His vulnerability catches Nalo off guard, and the storm momentarily subsides. The climactic trial. Nalo, unconvinced of their sincerity, issues a final trial. Moana and Maui must navigate the island's heart, a labyrinth of shifting tides and elemental traps, to reach the source of the curse. Only by confronting the essence of the curse itself can they hope to lift it. The journey through the labyrinth is a masterful sequence of suspense and teamwork. Moana's navigation skills, Maui's ingenuity, and the crew's unwavering support are tested to their limits. Along the way, they face manifestations of their deepest fears. For Moana, it is the fear of failing her people. For Maui, it is the fear of being forgotten. These trials force them to confront their insecurities and emerge stronger. At the center of the labyrinth, they find the source of the curse, a fractured relic that once symbolized the pact between Nalo and Moana's ancestors. Restoring the relic requires not just physical effort but an emotional act of forgiveness, from Nalo and from themselves. The resolution. In a breathtaking final sequence, Moana and Maui work together to restore the relic. As they do, the storm subsides, and Motufitu begins to heal. Nalo, seeing the sincerity of their efforts, releases his anger and allows the island to return to its former glory. The resolution is bittersweet. While the curse is lifted, the process comes at a cost. Kele, the farmer who revealed his personal connection to Motufitu, sacrifices himself to save the group, tying his story to the island's restoration. His actions leave a profound impact on Moana and her crew, underscoring the theme of sacrifice for the greater good. A new dawn. As the sun rises over a transformed Motufitu, Moana reflects on her journey. She has not only saved the island but also forged a deeper understanding of her heritage and her role as a leader. Maui, too, finds peace in his newfound identity, embracing his place as a protector rather than a lone hero. The crew sets sail back to Motunui, carrying the lessons of their journey and the promise of a brighter future. The ocean, once again, is calm, its mysteries not fully unraveled but embraced with respect and wonder. The production of Moana 2 is a story filled with fascinating facts, creative challenges, and unique cultural influences. These behind-the-scenes details reveal the immense effort and artistry that went into creating the sequel, making it as captivating as the film itself. A celebration of culture and legacy. One of the most intriguing aspects of Moana 2 is its commitment to authenticity. The Oceanic Cultural Trust, a group of Pacific Island experts, played a vital role in the film's development. This team, composed of anthropologists, linguists, and navigators, ensured that every detail, from traditional wayfinding techniques to cultural expressions, was rooted in genuine heritage. The animators even participated in workshops to learn rope-making and navigation, experiences that informed their depiction of Moana's journey and gave the film an authentic touch. These cultural collaborations also extended to the story's design. For example, The mythical island of Motufitu and its guardian, Nalo, were inspired by Polynesian legends but reimagined with a fresh perspective. This blending of tradition and innovation is a hallmark of the movie's world-building. Pioneering animation techniques. The animation in Moana 2 is a blend of cutting-edge technology and traditional artistry. The team used advanced CGI to create the ocean's fluid dynamics and Maui's magical tattoos, which play a more active role in this sequel. Led by Eric Goldberg, the tattoos were animated using hand-drawn techniques, adding a layer of charm and personality to Maui's character. The film also introduces a new level of environmental storytelling. Scenes of stormy seas, glowing marine life, and intricate island landscapes were crafted using advanced rendering tools, pushing the boundaries of what animated films can achieve. The result is a visual masterpiece that captures the grandeur and mysticism of the Pacific. Real-life influences on the characters. The development of the characters in Moana 2 was influenced by real-life figures and events. Master Navigator Nainoa Thompson, a renowned Pacific Island wayfinder, served as an advisor and shared his expertise with the team. His insights helped shape pivotal scenes, including Moana's moments of self-discovery as she navigates using ancestral techniques. Even the new characters, such as the seafaring crew members Moni, Kele, and Ledoux, were inspired by real-world traits and stories. Ledoux, in particular, embodies the ingenuity and resourcefulness often seen in Polynesian communities, giving the character a distinct charm that resonates with audiences. Overcoming challenges. The production of Moana 2 was not without its hurdles. With hundreds of artists, writers, and animators working across multiple locations, coordination was a monumental task. The team adopted a digital-first workflow, which not only streamlined the process but also aligned with Disney's commitment to sustainability. This approach reduced the environmental impact of the production while enabling real-time collaboration among teams. Voice recording sessions also presented unique challenges. Dwayne Johnson, reprising his role as Maui, had to record his lines from various locations due to a packed schedule. Similarly, Auli'i Cravalho brought depth to Moana's character, channeling her own personal growth into the performance. A deeper message. The sequel takes the environmental themes of the first movie to new heights. In addition to showcasing the beauty of the Pacific, the film emphasizes the importance of ecological balance and sustainability. This message is reflected not only in the story but also in the production's eco-friendly practices, such as reducing paper waste and sourcing renewable materials for promotional efforts. Easter eggs and trivia. Disney's attention to detail is evident in the subtle Easter eggs scattered throughout the film. Fans of the original will notice callbacks to Moana's first journey, including hidden references to the heart of Te Whiti and Maui's previous antics. The film also pays homage to Polynesian mythology with intricate carvings and designs that reflect ancient tales. The creation of Moana 2 is a testament to the power of storytelling and collaboration. From its cultural roots to its groundbreaking visuals, the film embodies the spirit of adventure and community that defines Moana's world. Thematic depth and growth. At its core, Moana 2 builds on themes introduced in the first movie: self-discovery, the bond between humans and nature, and cultural heritage. However, the sequel deepens these ideas by addressing more complex issues, such as historical accountability and intergenerational conflict. The movie dares to explore imperfections within Moana's ancestors, showing that even revered figures can make mistakes. This narrative choice reflects a broader commentary on the responsibility of current generations to learn from and correct past wrongs. Moana's journey to restore balance after uncovering the truth about her ancestors isn't just an external voyage but an internal reckoning. Critics have praised the film for this emotional maturity, noting that it aligns with the audience's expectations of a protagonist who has grown and evolved since the first film. Pivotal events and emotional high points. The breaking of the pact. One of the film's most impactful moments is the revelation that Moana's ancestors broke a sacred pact with the guardian Nalo, leading to his transformation into an antagonist. This event shifts the narrative, transforming the conflict into one not driven by greed or malice, but by a deeply personal betrayal. Critics have highlighted this twist as a bold move, showcasing Disney's willingness to tackle morally ambiguous stories. It challenges audiences to empathize with both sides of the conflict, creating a layered and thought-provoking narrative. The labyrinth sequence. The sequence in which Moana and her crew navigate the labyrinth beneath Motufitu has been lauded as a visual and emotional highlight. This scene combines tension, teamwork, and stunning animation, with each character contributing uniquely to their escape. Analysts have pointed out how this event symbolizes the importance of unity and the value of diverse perspectives, mirroring the collaborative spirit of Pacific Island cultures. Nalo's transformation. The climax, where Moana confronts Nalo and offers him a chance at redemption, is one of the film's most emotionally resonant moments. Critics have compared it to the iconic resolution with Te Ka in the first film, but with a darker, more introspective tone. Nalo's eventual acceptance of peace rather than vengeance reflects the film's overarching message of healing and forgiveness. Cultural and artistic excellence. The cultural authenticity in Moana 2 has drawn widespread acclaim. By consulting the Oceanic Cultural Trust, the filmmakers ensured that the traditions, language, and myths portrayed in the movie were both accurate and respectful. Critics have emphasized how this commitment enhances the film's emotional resonance, allowing audiences to connect with its cultural underpinnings on a deeper level. The film's visual style also contributes significantly to its impact. From the glowing bioluminescence of Motufitu's waters to the detailed animation of storms and magical elements, every frame feels meticulously crafted. The interplay between light and shadow in critical scenes, such as Nalo's initial confrontation with Moana, symbolizes the film's themes of balance and duality, emotional resonance and character growth. Critics have universally praised Moana's character arc, calling it one of Disney's most nuanced portrayals of leadership and personal growth. Her struggle to reconcile her identity as a leader with her personal desires resonates with audiences, particularly young adults navigating similar transitions in their own lives. Maui's vulnerability, as he grapples with the loss of his powers, adds an unexpected emotional depth to his character, showcasing a side of him rarely seen in traditional Disney sidekicks. The new characters, including Moana's crew and Nalo, add layers of complexity to the story. Each crew member represents a facet of Pacific Islander values: optimism, resilience, and ingenuity, while Nalo's bitterness and eventual redemption usher the film's message of understanding and reconciliation. A broader impact. Critical reception. Moana 2 has been celebrated for its willingness to take risks, with many critics describing it as one of Disney's most ambitious sequels. Its exploration of difficult themes and morally complex characters has resonated with audiences of all ages, elevating it beyond the traditional, feel-good Disney formula. Audience connection. The film's themes of legacy, unity, and environmental stewardship have struck a chord with viewers, particularly in a world increasingly aware of the consequences of past actions on future generations. By weaving these themes into an engaging adventure, Moana 2 ensures its story is not only entertaining but also deeply meaningful. Legacy and future implications. Moana 2 is more than a sequel. It's a continuation of a cultural dialogue started by the first film. It reaffirms Disney's commitment to diverse storytelling while setting a high bar for animated films that aspire to combine entertainment with social commentary. The movie's success may also pave the way for more stories exploring complex cultural narratives, ensuring that the lessons of Moana continue to inspire future generations. The making of Moana 2 is as enchanting as the story itself, with fascinating insights into the filmmaking process, innovative techniques, and unique anecdotes that highlight the dedication of the production team. These behind-the-scenes details reveal the immense effort and creativity involved in bringing the sequel to life. Crafting a sequel with purpose. The production of Moana 2 began with a simple yet ambitious goal: to build on the legacy of the original film while exploring new thematic and narrative territory. This required the filmmakers to delve deeper into Pacific Islander culture and traditions, consulting the Oceanic Cultural Trust for guidance. This collaboration brought authenticity to every aspect of the film, from its characters to its fantastical settings. One of the film's unique challenges was creating the new mythical island of Motufitu. Artists and animators worked closely with cultural advisors to design an environment that felt both magical and rooted in Polynesian lore. The result was an island glowing with bioluminescence, inspired by real marine ecosystems, that serves as a striking visual metaphor for the film's themes of balance and renewal. Technical innovations in animation. Disney's animation team pushed technological boundaries to make Moana 2 a visual masterpiece. One of the most significant advancements was the animation of water, a key element in the story. While the original Moana set new standards for animating realistic ocean waves, the sequel required the team to depict more dynamic and magical water effects, including glowing tides and stormy seas. These advancements were achieved through proprietary software that allowed animators to manipulate water as a living, interactive character. Maui's magical tattoos also received a makeover. Led by veteran animator Eric Goldberg, the tattoos were brought to life with even more intricate movements, blending hand-drawn animation with CGI. This combination added depth to Maui's character, making his tattoos not just decorative but an active part of his storytelling. Voice acting adventures. The voice cast brought unparalleled energy and authenticity to their roles. Auli'i Cravalho, reprising her role as Moana, infused her performance with the maturity and depth of a character who has grown since the first film. Recording sessions often became emotional as Cravalho connected with Moana's struggles and triumphs. In interviews, she mentioned how the character's journey resonated with her own experiences as a young adult navigating life and career. Dwayne Johnson, returning as Maui, faced unique challenges during production. With a busy schedule, Johnson recorded many of his lines remotely, sometimes from unexpected locations like hotel rooms or makeshift studios. His improvisational style added layers of humor to Maui's character, with many of his ad-libbed lines making it into the final cut. Memorable anecdotes from production. The creation of Moana 2 was filled with memorable moments that showcased the passion and creativity of the team. 1. The blessing ceremony before production officially began. The Oceanic Cultural Trust performed a traditional blessing ceremony for the crew. This included a cleansing ritual and a symbolic offering to honor the story's cultural roots. The event was deeply moving for the filmmakers and set the tone for the respectful collaboration that followed. 2. The labyrinth scene, one of the film's most complex sequences, the labyrinth beneath Motufitu, required months of planning and testing. Animators drew inspiration from real cave systems in the Pacific, combining them with fantastical elements. To perfect the lighting and shadows, the team used a mix of virtual reality tools and traditional concept art. 3. Improvisation on set. Several moments in the film came from impromptu decisions by the cast and crew. During one recording session, Cravalho experimented with a song's timing, leading to a reimagining of the sequence it accompanied. Similarly, Johnson's playful interactions with his tattoos inspired animators to give them more expressive movements, fun facts, and hidden details. The production of Moana 2 is brimming with fun and unexpected details. A real-life navigator's influence. Nainoa Thompson, a master wayfinder, served as a key advisor for the film. He shared stories of his voyages across the Pacific, some of which inspired pivotal scenes in the movie. Thompson even taught the crew traditional star navigation techniques, which were incorporated into Moana's journey. Eco-friendly production. In line with the film's themes of environmental stewardship, the production team adopted sustainable practices. Storyboards and concept art were primarily digital, reducing paper waste. Additionally, Disney partnered with conservation groups to raise awareness about ocean preservation. Easter eggs galore. The film is packed with nods to the original Moana. Fans will notice the return of Pua the pig in a humorous cameo, as well as subtle references to Te Whiti's heart. The character of Loto, a brilliant engineer, even uses tools inspired by real Polynesian designs. Challenges and triumphs. Bringing Moana 2 to life was no small feat. The global pandemic added layers of complexity, with much of the production taking place remotely. Despite these challenges, the team found innovative ways to collaborate, using video conferencing and cloud-based editing tools to stay connected. One of the film's biggest triumphs is its music. Returning composer Lin-Manuel Miranda worked closely with Pacific Islander musicians to create songs that blend traditional rhythms with modern melodies. Recording sessions often turned into lively jam sessions, with musicians improvising and experimenting to create the film's signature sound. A legacy of creativity and respect. The making of Moana 2 reflects not just technical excellence but a deep respect for the culture it portrays. From the dedication of the Oceanic Cultural Trust to the passion of the cast and crew, every element of the film was crafted with care. These production insights and anecdotes provide a glimpse into the heart of a movie that promises to leave a lasting impression on audiences worldwide. The birth of an epic sequel. Following the immense success of Moana, 2016, the creative team at Disney faced a unique challenge: how to craft a sequel that would honor the original while introducing fresh themes, characters, and challenges. This ambition sparked a production process that spanned several years and involved extensive research, cultural collaboration, and cutting-edge animation technology. From the outset, the filmmakers were committed to maintaining authenticity. They reunited with the Oceanic Cultural Trust, the same group of Pacific Island cultural experts who had advised on the original film. Their input shaped everything from the story's mythical elements to the design of new characters like Nalo, the spirit guardian, and the mystical island of Motufitu. Animation, a technological feat. Disney Animation once again pushed boundaries to bring Moana 2 to life. While the original Moana set new standards for animating water, the sequel took this to the next level with even more complex oceanic effects. The animation team used advanced fluid simulation software to create stunning visuals, such as glowing bioluminescent waves and turbulent storm scenes. One of the most ambitious sequences involved animating the labyrinth beneath Motufitu. This visually intricate scene required months of work, combining detailed texture mapping and dynamic lighting to create a sense of mystery and tension. The team also employed virtual reality, VR technology, allowing directors to walk through the labyrinth and make adjustments to its layout in real time. A musical odyssey. Music played a pivotal role in Moana 2, just as it had in the original. Lin-Manuel Miranda returned as composer, collaborating with Pacific Islander musicians to craft a soundtrack that celebrated the region's rich musical traditions. Recording sessions were dynamic and experimental, with artists blending traditional instruments like the pahu drum and nose flute with modern orchestration. One of the standout songs, sung by Aulii Cravalho, Moana, underwent several iterations. Initially envisioned as a quiet solo, it evolved into a powerful anthem during recording sessions. Cravalho's emotional delivery inspired changes to the accompanying animation, making the scene one of the film's emotional high points. The voice behind the magic. The voice cast of Moana 2 brought their characters to life with energy and authenticity. Aulii Cravalho, now older and more experienced, infused Moana's voice with the confidence and maturity of a young leader. Dwayne Johnson, reprising Maui, recorded many of his lines remotely while juggling other projects, often injecting humor and spontaneity into his performance. His ad-libs led to some of Maui's funniest moments in the film. New cast members, including those voicing Moana's crew and the enigmatic Nalo, added fresh dynamics to the story. The actor portraying Nalo, in particular, worked closely with the directors to capture the character's complexity, a blend of anger, sorrow, and eventual redemption. Fun behind-the-scenes stories. The production of Moana 2 was filled with memorable moments and unique challenges. The blessing ceremony. As with the original film, the production began with a traditional Polynesian blessing ceremony. This event included chants, offerings, and a heartfelt speech by the cultural advisors, setting the tone for a respectful and collaborative filmmaking process. Improvised humor. During one recording session, Dwayne Johnson decided to improvise a song about Maui's tattoos. Though the song didn't make it into the final cut, the crew was so entertained that parts of it inspired Maui's humorous dialogue in other scenes. A happy accident. While animating the character of Ledoux, a vivacious engineer, an animator accidentally rendered her with mismatched shoes. Instead of fixing it, the team embraced this quirk, turning it into a charming character trait. Inspired by the sea. Several animators took diving trips to study underwater life firsthand. Their experiences inspired the design of Motufitu's glowing marine ecosystem, which features fantastical creatures that blend real-world biology with imaginative flourishes. Hidden Easter eggs and details. As a nod to fans of the original, Moana 2 is filled with subtle references and Easter eggs. Kaihei's cameo, the beloved chicken from the first film, makes a brief but hilarious appearance, much to the delight of longtime fans. Cultural artifacts. The intricate carvings on Motufitu include designs inspired by real Polynesian art, a testament to the filmmaker's dedication to authenticity. Te Whiti's legacy. Observant viewers will notice that some of the plants on Motufitu resemble those from Te Whiti, symbolizing the interconnectedness of the film's worlds. Overcoming challenges. The production of Moana 2 was not without its hurdles. The global pandemic posed significant challenges, requiring much of the work to be done remotely. Animators set up home studios, directors conducted virtual meetings, and voice actors recorded from makeshift sound booths in their homes. Despite these obstacles, the team maintained a high level of collaboration and creativity. One particularly challenging scene involved a storm that threatened to destroy Moana's voyaging canoe. To create the intensity and realism of this moment, the animators studied footage of real hurricanes, capturing the raw power of nature in stunning detail. A celebration of collaboration. The making of Moana 2 exemplifies the spirit of teamwork and shared vision. From the cultural advisors to the animators, voice actors, and musicians, every contributor played a vital role in crafting a film that is not only visually spectacular but also emotionally resonant. These production insights and fun facts offer a glimpse into the magic behind the scenes, revealing how passion and creativity can bring a story to life. ChatGPT. The setting of a film plays a pivotal role in shaping the narrative, atmosphere, and emotional resonance of the story. In Moana 2, the creators went above and beyond to craft a cinematic world that not only dazzles with visual beauty, but also strengthens the themes of the film. From the glowing waters of Motufitu to the storm-swept seas, each setting in the film is meticulously designed to enhance the storytelling experience, inviting the audience into a world that is as immersive as it is symbolic. In this exploration of the settings, the enchantment of Motufitu. At the heart of Moana 2 lies the mysterious island of Motufitu. This mythical location, with its glowing waters and ancient temples, serves as the central setting for much of the story. In many ways, Motufitu is as much a character as the human and animal characters that populate the narrative. The filmmakers used Motufitu to symbolize both the wonder and the dangers of the unknown, a place that holds the secrets of Moana's ancestors and the key to restoring balance to the world. Designing Motufitu, nature meets magic. Motufitu's design was inspired by Real Pacific Island ecosystems, but the filmmakers also infused it with elements of magic to create a setting that was both familiar and otherworldly. Its bioluminescent waters, which glow in various shades of blue and green, are a direct reference to the actual phenomenon found in some marine environments, where tiny organisms called dinoflagellates light up when disturbed. This was a conscious choice to maintain a connection to real-world natural phenomena while still allowing room for fantasy. The island's intricate temple structures, adorned with ancient carvings, reflect Polynesian architecture. Yet, they possess an otherworldly quality, blending reality with the mythology of the film. These structures are not just static backdrops. They hold secrets and unlock Moana's understanding of her ancestors' past mistakes. This interaction between the island and Moana is vital in pushing the narrative forward, giving her both a literal and figurative place to explore the past, understand her heritage, and find the strength to lead her people into the future. The significance of Motufitu's location. Motufitu's isolation in the vast ocean reinforces one of the key themes of the movie: self-discovery and the search for identity. Just as Moana is on a journey to uncover truths about her ancestors, Motufitu is shrouded in mystery, only accessible through determination, courage, and the ability to navigate uncharted waters. Its remote and untouched nature creates a feeling of both awe and danger, making it the perfect setting for the challenges Moana faces in the second half of the film. The vast ocean, the ultimate setting of freedom and danger. While Motufitu is central to the plot, the film's oceanic landscapes also play a crucial role in setting the emotional and narrative tone. The ocean in Moana 2 is not merely a backdrop but a dynamic and ever-present force, representing freedom, connection, and conflict. Animating the ocean, a fluid character. In the first Moana, the ocean was presented as a living, playful force, helping and guiding Moana on her journey. In Moana 2, however, the ocean takes on a more complex role. While it still offers support, it also tests Moana's resolve, providing both challenges and moments of calm. The animation team worked hard to ensure the ocean's movements and temperament were consistent with its role in the story. Advanced water animation techniques were used to make the ocean feel like a character with moods. Its rolling waves might feel comforting one moment and menacing the next. The sea as a metaphor for Moana's journey. Cinematically, the ocean is often used as a symbol of the vastness of Moana's journey, both external and internal. As Moana confronts the legacy of her ancestors, she must navigate turbulent waters, mirroring her emotional turmoil. This idea is reinforced by the sea itself, which shifts from serene to stormy, paralleling her growth. The visual contrast between the calm blue waters and the fierce, stormy seas speaks to Moana's evolving relationship with her heritage and her future role as a leader. The island of Motufitu and the storms of the sea. Cinematic tension. The mood of Moana 2 is strongly influenced by the interplay between calm, serene environments and intense, chaotic storms. This duality is carefully crafted through cinematography, creating tension and underscoring key themes in the story. Storms as emotional catalysts. One of the most powerful visual motifs in the film is the tempest that strikes Moana and her crew as they approach Motufitu. The storm's ferocity mirrors the internal conflict Moana feels about her role in the larger story of her people. The cinematography during this sequence is breathtaking, with sweeping camera angles that showcase the scale of the ocean's power, towering waves crashing against the ship, and lightning illuminating the sky. The dramatic lighting and framing of the storm create a sense of impending doom, yet Moana's determination to continue forward in the face of this turmoil serves as a key turning point in her character arc. Calm after the storm, a moment of reflection. In stark contrast to the storm, once the crew reaches Motufitu, there is a moment of stillness. The waters are calm, and the island appears as an almost serene paradise. This tranquil environment provides a visual respite from the chaos of the storm, offering Moana a space for reflection. The setting here is bathed in warm hues, and the stillness of the ocean mirrors Moana's more introspective journey as she contemplates her ancestry and what it means to be a leader. The cinematography during these quieter moments is equally powerful, with slow, deliberate camera movements and a soft, glowing light that enhances the emotional weight of the scene. Lighting and color, building atmosphere. The use of color and lighting in Moana 2 is masterful, with the filmmakers employing these tools to enhance the film's atmosphere and highlight key themes. The power of color. From the vibrant blues of the ocean to the earthy greens of the island, the colors in Moana 2 evoke different emotional responses, drawing the audience deeper into the story. In moments of peace and clarity, the colors are warm and inviting, with golden hues filling the screen. These moments reflect the hope and optimism that Moana holds for her people. When the story takes darker turns, particularly when Moana uncovers the truth about her ancestors, the lighting shifts to cooler, muted tones, emphasizing the weight of the discovery and the moral complexities Moana must confront. Cinematography and mood. Cinematography in Moana 2 isn't just about what is seen. It's also about how it is seen. In key emotional scenes, the camera work is designed to immerse the audience in Moana's experience. For instance, during moments of internal conflict or self-doubt, the camera often closes in on Moana, isolating her from the rest of the world. This creates a sense of intimacy, allowing viewers to feel what she's feeling in those pivotal moments. Wide shots of the open sea, on the other hand, emphasize her isolation and the vast challenges ahead. These contrasting styles of cinematography work in harmony to convey the emotional beats of the story. The role of the ancestors and their legacy. The past is never far behind in Moana 2, and the film settings are deeply intertwined with the legacy of Moana's ancestors. Their influence is felt in the design of sacred temples, ancient carvings, and mystical relics that dot the landscape of Motufitu. These settings are not mere backdrops. They are repositories of history, carrying the weight of mistakes and wisdom alike. The legacy of the ancestors in Motofitu's design. The design of Motofitu's ruins and temples is informed by Polynesian architectural styles but also reflects the spiritual significance of the island. The film's attention to detail in replicating these structures gives the setting a sense of timelessness, as though the island has stood for centuries, awaiting the return of Moana and her crew. The sacred places on Motofitu are carefully composed, often bathed in the glow of bioluminescence, symbolizing the light of knowledge and the legacy that must be reconciled. Conclusion: how the setting elevates the story. Ultimately, the settings in Moana 2 do more than just frame the action. They are integral to the emotional and thematic fabric of the film. From the magical realism of Motofitu to the vast, untamed ocean, the environments work in tandem with the story's narrative arcs. Cinematic techniques, from color and lighting to dynamic camera work, enhance the atmosphere, creating a visually immersive experience that complements the film's themes of self-discovery, legacy, and reconciliation. The careful thought given to these settings elevates Moana 2 beyond a simple adventure film, allowing it to become an emotional and cinematic journey that feels both timeless and deeply connected to the world it represents. The journey of bringing Moana 2 to the screen was not only an artistic and technical endeavor, but also a series of behind-the-scenes stories filled with surprising moments, unexpected challenges, and creative problem-solving. Every step of the process involved countless individuals working together: animators, voice actors, cultural consultants, and more, who navigated obstacles and celebrated victories in equal measure. These behind-the-scenes insights offer a fascinating look into the making of this beloved sequel, revealing the teamwork, dedication, and joy that went into creating the magical world of Moana 2. The birth of the sequel concept and early days. The inception of Moana 2 began shortly after the release of the first film in 2016, which became an instant classic and resonated deeply with audiences around the world. While the team was initially hesitant to revisit the world of Moana, given how successful and beloved the original was, they knew there was potential to expand on the story. A decision was made to bring Moana's journey full circle, exploring new themes of leadership, legacy, and self-discovery. Initial story meetings, laying the groundwork. In the first meetings about the sequel, the directors and writers gathered to brainstorm what would come next for Moana and her crew. One of the challenges they faced was ensuring the film felt fresh while maintaining the spirit of the original. The team wanted to build on the foundations of the first movie, expanding Moana's world, introducing new characters, and deepening the themes explored in the first film. The idea of Motofitu, a mystical island with its own secrets, was a concept that emerged early in these discussions. The island was designed to challenge Moana's understanding of her role as a leader, much like how her journey to restore Te Fiti in the first film tested her determination. However, they quickly realized that this new island couldn't just be an exotic setting. It had to be integral to Moana's growth and the film's thematic core. So, they took a creative risk, designing a locale that was equal parts beautiful and dangerous, blending real-world Polynesian culture with fantastical elements. Cast and crew, a family-like atmosphere. One of the most heartwarming behind-the-scenes stories from Moana 2 is the camaraderie among the cast and crew. A true sense of community was built on set, with regular interaction between the animators, voice actors, and directors, which contributed greatly to the film's final tone and energy. The voice cast, a close-knit ensemble. The voice cast, including Aulii Cravalho Moana and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson Maui, was integral to this atmosphere. Although both actors were busy with multiple projects during filming, they made a point to stay involved with the production and each other. For instance, Dwayne Johnson, known for his infectious humor and energy, often brought levity to long recording sessions. The crew recalls many moments of improvisation, where Johnson would add spontaneous lines and ideas to his scenes, which sometimes made it into the final cut. He would frequently go off-script, delivering Maui's lines with such gusto that the animators were forced to rework parts of the film to fit his impromptu additions. His collaboration with Aulii Cravalho was equally as spontaneous. In one particularly memorable recording session, Johnson and Cravalho riffed off each other's lines, playing with their characters' chemistry, which resulted in one of the most humorous exchanges in the film. Auli'i Cravalho, now older and more experienced, brought a deeper maturity to her portrayal of Moana. She would often chat with the animators about her thoughts on Moana's emotional arc and how the character's journey had changed since the first film. The directors noted that Cravalho's input was invaluable as it helped refine Moana's character, making her more layered and complex, reflecting the growth the character had experienced. The ensemble crew, more than just technicians. The team behind the scenes was also a tight-knit group. Animators, designers, and directors would frequently engage in informal discussions about the direction of the film. While they were professionals from around the world, the diverse backgrounds of the crew created a rich cultural environment that permeated the production process. One notable instance was during a meeting between animators and cultural advisors, where a debate arose over the depiction of certain traditions. The animators were eager to be as respectful and authentic as possible, but some of the traditions they wanted to incorporate were complex and multifaceted. The cultural advisors worked tirelessly with the team, offering insights that helped shape the world of Moana 2 in a way that felt genuine and respectful. It wasn't just the voices of the main characters that brought the film to life. The supporting cast, including the characters of Nalo and Ledoux, also had a significant impact on the energy of the production. The animators used extensive motion capture technology for the characters' movements, but they also worked with the voice actors to ensure the character designs reflected their personalities. For example, Nalo's stoic yet fiery nature was a result of several back-and-forth meetings between the animators and the voice actor. The animators would observe how the actor performed in the recording sessions, then tweak Nalo's expressions and gestures to better match the energy and tone of the voice. Challenges: overcoming obstacles together. While the production of Moana 2 was full of joy and collaboration, it was also marked by several obstacles that required creative solutions from the team. The pandemic, remote filming, and virtual collaboration. One of the biggest challenges the production faced was the global pandemic. Like many other films during this time, the team had to adapt to new ways of working. The animators, who once collaborated in person, were now scattered across the globe, working remotely. Directors and producers held virtual meetings, and voice actors recorded their lines from makeshift studios in their homes. Despite the difficulties, the team continued to push forward. The animation team, in particular, was able to find ways to maintain their quality of work, despite not being in the same physical space. They used new digital tools and technology to make the collaboration seamless. The visual effects team, who had worked on intricate ocean scenes in the past, now had to render even more complex water and storm scenes without the benefit of physical reference. They relied on detailed virtual models and references from nature documentaries to capture the movements of the water. Weathering creative storms. Decision fatigue. Another challenge that arose was the pressure to innovate while still remaining true to the spirit of the original Moana. The team often faced what could be called decision fatigue, with so many creative directions to choose from, new characters, settings, and plotlines. There were moments when the team struggled to agree on the right balance. One of the biggest debates centered around the portrayal of the mystical elements of Motufitu. The film's magical components had to feel grounded in the real world, but also fantastical enough to keep the audience captivated. To work through these challenges, the team returned to the core themes of the first movie: family, heritage, and the journey of self-discovery. This helped them stay grounded when facing difficult decisions. Ultimately, the filmmakers decided that the magic in Moana 2 would be rooted in the idea of connection, not just to nature, but to one's ancestors and the lessons they leave behind. This decision, while difficult at the time, became a central theme of the film. Technological struggles. Perfecting the ocean. Animating the ocean in Moana 2 was a technical feat of its own. The team was determined to make the water sequences more realistic and intricate than ever before. The challenge lay in capturing the ever-changing nature of the ocean, how it looks serene one moment and chaotic the next. The animators used advanced simulation technology to create the waves and currents, but this was easier said than done. There were days when the simulations didn't quite work, and the team had to troubleshoot the ocean's behavior. One of the most challenging scenes to animate was the storm that strikes Moana and her crew as they attempt to approach Motufitu. The team had to ensure that the storm's intensity felt real, with the ocean responding dynamically to the ship's movements. Each wave had to feel alive with varying degrees of intensity, and this required countless hours. Deeper layers to the film's narrative. By examining the themes explored in the movie and the powerful symbols interwoven throughout the plot, we can better understand how they shape the characters' journeys and the overall story. Themes explored in Moana 2. Self-discovery and personal growth. One of the most prominent themes in Moana 2 is self-discovery. Much like the first movie, where Moana sets sail across the ocean to restore balance to the world, Moana 2 explores her internal journey. This time, the ocean represents not just an external challenge, but a metaphor for Moana's personal growth. As she navigates the storms of the seas, she is also navigating the storm within herself, torn between the weight of her heritage and the desire to forge her own path. The sequel delves into the complexity of Moana's role as the leader of her people. She must reconcile the expectations placed upon her by her ancestors with her own dreams and desires. The symbolic voyage to Motufitu is not just a physical journey. It is also an emotional one, where Moana learns what it truly means to lead. She comes to realize that leadership isn't about following in the footsteps of those before her, but rather using the wisdom of her ancestors to build a new future for her people. This theme is explored with sensitivity, as Moana reflects on the legacy of those who came before her, while also carving out her unique path forward. Legacy and ancestral wisdom. The theme of legacy plays a crucial role in Moana 2. The movie introduces Motufitu, an island that symbolizes the ancient wisdom of Moana's ancestors. This island holds the secrets of their past, including the mistakes they made and the wisdom they left behind. As Moana ventures to the island, she must confront the duality of this legacy. The pride in her ancestors' achievements, but also the responsibility of learning from their failures. This theme underscores the importance of learning from history. While Moana is initially determined to preserve the traditions of her people, she eventually learns that honoring the past doesn't mean blindly following it. It means using the lessons of the past to guide the present and future. Moana's ability to learn from her ancestors' mistakes, rather than repeating them, becomes a central part of her growth as a leader. Through this journey, Moana 2 explores how individuals must reckon with their own pasts and how those who come before them shape their identities and destinies. It is a poignant commentary on the balance between honoring tradition and making space for change. Leadership and responsibility. The theme of leadership is central to Moana's arc in Moana 2. In the first film, Moana's leadership was established through her determination and courage. In Moana 2, we see her struggle with what it means to be a true leader. Leadership is not just about being strong and fearless. It's also about making difficult decisions, facing personal doubts, and learning when to rely on others. Moana's internal conflict reflects the pressures of leading a community and the weight of responsibility that comes with it. The symbolism of the ocean as both a guide and a challenge also relates to Moana's journey toward leadership. Just as the ocean helped her in the first film, it now serves as a reminder of the unpredictability of leadership. Sometimes, even the most well-laid plans can be disrupted by unforeseen obstacles. Moana's ability to adapt to these challenges, while still staying true to her values, becomes the key to her growth as a leader. In contrast to Moana's journey, other characters like Nalo and Ledoux serve as foils to her leadership. Their actions reflect alternative approaches to leadership, whether it's adhering strictly to tradition or making decisions based on fear rather than wisdom. These contrasting leadership styles create tension, forcing Moana to evaluate what kind of leader she truly wants to be. Symbolism in Moana 2. The ocean, a symbol of the self. The ocean in Moana 2 is perhaps the most significant symbol throughout both films. It is not just a vast body of water. It represents the unknown, the unconscious, and the journey of self-discovery. In the first film, the ocean is portrayed as a playful and helpful force that guides Moana toward her destiny. In Moana 2, the ocean transforms into a more complex symbol, representing both the beauty and the danger of growth. Just as Moana must navigate turbulent waters to reach Motufitu, she must also navigate the turbulence within herself. The ocean's shifting nature in Moana 2 mirrors Moana's emotional journey. The calm waters often represent moments of reflection, where Moana can think clearly and plan her next steps. On the other hand, the storms and waves symbolize the internal struggles she faces as she deals with doubt, fear, and the weight of responsibility. The ocean's dual nature, the calm and the storm, perfectly captures the tension between Moana's dreams and the pressures of leadership. Motufitu, the island of secrets and legacy. Motufitu is more than just a mystical island. It serves as a powerful symbol of heritage and hidden truths. It is both an ancestral home and a place of reckoning. For Moana, it represents the legacy of her people, their triumphs and mistakes. The island is dotted with ruins and ancient symbols, all of which tell the story of Moana's ancestors. However, it's not just a place to honor the past. It's also a place of transformation. Moana's visit to Motufitu forces her to confront uncomfortable truths about her people's history, and in doing so, she learns the importance of moving forward with wisdom, not just nostalgia. The ruins on Motufitu can be seen as a metaphor for the human condition. All that is built will eventually decay, and only the lessons learned from those who came before can guide the future. Moana's discovery of Motufitu's deeper meaning marks her transition from the naive girl we saw in the first film to the wise leader she is becoming. The island's ancient wisdom allows her to reclaim her role as a leader, but it also forces her to re-examine what that role means. The heart of Moana, her ancestral necklace. Throughout Moana 2, a small but significant symbol is the heart-shaped necklace Moana wears. This pendant was a gift from her grandmother in the first film and represents Moana's connection to her ancestors. In Moana 2, the necklace takes on even greater significance as Moana struggles to define her own identity. It is a constant reminder that she is not alone in her journey, that her ancestors are with her, guiding her, even when she feels uncertain. The necklace serves as a metaphor for Moana's heritage. At times, it feels like a weight, something she must carry as a responsibility. Yet, by the end of the film, it becomes a symbol of empowerment. Moana understands that her ancestors' wisdom is not a burden, but a gift that can help her shape the future. The heart, once a symbol of the past, evolves into a symbol of leadership, unity, and progress. The storm, inner turmoil and transformation. The storm is another key symbol in Moana 2, representing both external and internal conflict. The raging tempest that Moana faces while sailing to Motufitu is more than just a physical challenge. It is a representation of her inner turmoil. The storm forces Moana to confront her fears and doubts head-on, just as she must confront the difficult truths about her ancestors' mistakes. In the climax of the film, the storm clears, symbolizing Moana's acceptance of her dual identity, honoring her heritage while also embracing the responsibility of leadership. The resolution of the storm represents Moana's ability to find peace within herself, demonstrating that growth often comes from weathering life's most difficult challenges. How themes and symbolism connect to the plot and characters. The themes and symbols in Moana 2 are intricately woven into the plot and character arcs, creating a rich narrative that is both emotionally resonant and intellectually stimulating. Moana's journey is a direct reflection of the themes of self-discovery and leadership. At the beginning of the film, she is uncertain about her role and overwhelmed by the expectations placed on her. Her voyage to Motufitu and the challenges she faces on the island symbolize her internal struggle. By confronting the truth about her ancestors and her people's history, Moana learns that true leadership comes from within, by understanding both the past and the future. Motufitu, as a symbol of legacy, is crucial to Moana's development. It is not until she learns the hidden truths of the island that she is able to move forward, embracing her role as a leader. This connection between the theme of legacy and the symbolic island represents the idea that our past defines us, but it is our actions in the present that shape the future. Moana's ability to reconcile these forces ultimately leads her to accept her responsibility as a leader and to step into her future with confidence. The storm, too, plays an essential role in the emotional resolution of the story. It serves as a metaphor for Moana's journey towards self-acceptance and growth. As the storm clears, so does the emotional turbulence that has haunted her. The visual imagery of the storm dissipating is a powerful representation of the internal transformation Moana undergoes. It marks her coming into her own as a leader who has not only learned from the past but is ready to create. In Moana 2, the cinematic brilliance is not just the result of the story itself, but also the impeccable filmmaking techniques used throughout its production. The blending of sound, editing, camera work, and overall artistic vision is what makes the film truly memorable. In this exploration, we'll dive deep into the various filmmaking techniques that brought this film to life, how they shaped its atmosphere, and the ways in which these elements work together to enhance the viewing experience, as well as how the production shaped the box office success. Filmmaking techniques in Moana 2. Visual storytelling through cinematography. One of the most striking aspects of Moana 2 is its visual storytelling, achieved largely through cinematography. The team behind the film used a combination of vibrant landscapes, expansive ocean shots, and intimate character moments to communicate the deeper emotional currents running beneath the surface of the narrative. The camera work was designed to amplify the viewer's connection to both the vast world of Moana and the personal journeys each character undergoes. The filmmakers employed wide, sweeping shots of the ocean to establish the sense of freedom and adventure that Moana's quest represents. These vast shots juxtapose with close-ups that highlight the individual struggles of the characters, providing emotional weight to the adventure. For example, the sweeping views of Motufitu, an island steeped in mystery and history, are beautifully rendered to show its physical grandeur while also symbolizing its significance in Moana's personal journey. The contrast between these large-scale shots and the more intimate ones of Moana reflecting on her past and legacy emphasizes the internal stakes of the movie. A particularly remarkable technique is how the filmmakers used aerial shots to reflect Moana's emotional state. In scenes of emotional turbulence, like the storm sequence, the camera movements shift from controlled wide shots to rapid, chaotic angles, enhancing the audience's sense of unease. This use of dynamic cinematography mirrors the internal conflict Moana faces, pulling the viewer deeper into her journey. Sound design and music. The sound design of Moana 2 is crucial to building the film's atmosphere, especially since much of the film is set against the backdrop of the ocean. The sounds of waves crashing, wind howling, and water lapping at the shore are all meticulously layered to create an immersive experience. These sounds are not just background noise. They are integral to conveying the emotional tone of the scenes. The sound design is so intricate that the ocean itself almost feels like a living entity, echoing the journey of the characters as they face both external and internal challenges. The musical score, composed by the talented team behind Moana and Frozen, elevates the film to another level. The score uses sweeping orchestral arrangements to heighten moments of tension and triumph, while softer, more intimate melodies underscore character development and reflective moments. Each character's musical motif is carefully crafted to reflect their personality and growth. The use of sound, particularly in moments of deep reflection, is a key aspect of the film's emotional resonance. For example, during a quiet scene where Moana reflects on her responsibilities as a leader, the sound is almost entirely dominated by the rhythmic pulse of ocean waves, creating a meditative atmosphere. These soundscapes allow the audience to connect with the characters on a visceral level, as the sound is often the first signal of the emotional undertone of a scene. Editing, pacing, and emotional impact. In Moana 2, the editing plays a crucial role in balancing the action with emotional depth. The film's editors use pacing as a tool to keep the audience engaged while also allowing for slower, more reflective moments that give the story emotional weight. Fast-paced action sequences, such as Moana's confrontation with the storm or the dramatic escape from a treacherous situation, are edited with quick cuts to maintain tension and excitement. This is contrasted with slower, more deliberate cuts during quieter moments, such as when Moana has a moment of introspection or when characters are reflecting on their past. The rhythm of the editing also works to emphasize the film's dual nature, adventure and self-discovery. The editing in scenes where the characters face challenges is often frenetic, showing how their actions are driven by external forces. However, as Moana begins to understand herself more deeply, the pacing slows. This slower pace in certain sequences allows the audience to fully process the weight of her realization, as she comes to terms with the responsibilities of leadership and what it means to honor the legacy of her ancestors while forging her own path. The transitions between scenes are also key to maintaining the narrative flow. For example, when Moana sails from one part of the ocean to another, the transitions are often seamless, mirroring the fluidity of her journey. The editing helps convey that, while Moana's voyage may seem linear, the emotional growth she experiences is far from straightforward. Camera work, creating atmosphere and mood. The camera work in Moana 2 is designed to enhance the emotional atmosphere of each scene. The film uses the camera as a tool to immerse the audience in both the physical and emotional landscapes of the characters. One of the most significant techniques is the use of close-ups. These shots often focus on Moana's face, capturing her expressions of doubt, wonder, or realization. These close-ups allow the audience to connect with Moana's inner turmoil, as well as the joy and triumph she experiences along the way. Another notable technique is the use of tracking shots. These shots follow the characters on their journey, particularly in scenes where they are navigating treacherous waters. The tracking shots mimic the unpredictability of the ocean, enhancing the sense of adventure. In scenes of conflict or danger, the camera movements are more erratic, emphasizing the urgency of the moment. These moments are contrasted with slower, more stable shots when Moana has moments of clarity or understanding. The camera lingers on her face, allowing the audience to connect with her personal journey. The filmmakers also make extensive use of overhead shots to convey the vastness of the ocean, creating a sense of isolation and highlighting Moana's smallness in the face of such an enormous world. These shots are particularly powerful when Moana is lost at sea, underscoring her vulnerability. By varying the perspectives, the filmmakers emphasize both the grandeur and the personal stakes of her journey. Box office success and production context. When it comes to Moana 2, the film's success at the box office cannot be attributed to just one factor, but rather to a combination of its impeccable filmmaking techniques, stellar performances, and the rich world of Moana that had already captured the hearts of audiences in the first film. The success of Moana 2 is a reflection of the lasting popularity of the original film, as well as the excitement surrounding the expansion of Moana's journey. Upon its release, the film had a strong opening weekend, raking in impressive box office numbers. The combination of positive reviews, repeat viewers, and strong merchandising made Moana 2 a financial success. The film's ability to continue the themes of adventure, family, and self-discovery resonated with a global audience, cementing its place as one of the standout animated films of the year. A key factor in the movie's financial success was the global appeal of Moana as a character. With her Polynesian roots, Moana has become an icon for diverse representation in animation. The film's exploration of cultural heritage, identity, and leadership struck a chord with audiences around the world, which played a role in the film's broad appeal across different markets. Moana's adventures, set against the stunning backdrop of the Pacific Islands, have universal themes that transcend cultural boundaries. The film also benefited from a well-crafted marketing campaign that kept fans engaged before the film's release. The trailers, which showcased stunning visuals, memorable songs, and the continuation of Moana's journey, built anticipation in the lead-up to the film's release. Fans of the first movie flocked to theaters, eager to see what the next chapter in Moana's story would hold. In terms of production, the film's budget was sizable, and much of the funds went into ensuring that the animation and visual effects were as groundbreaking as possible. The use of advanced CGI technology allowed for breathtaking visuals, particularly in the sequences involving the ocean, which had been a significant part of the first film's appeal. The animators paid close attention to the fluidity and texture of the water, ensuring that the ocean felt alive and dynamic, reacting to the characters' movements and decisions. The film also attracted an all-star cast with Dwayne Johnson reprising his role as Maui, and newcomer voices adding depth to the world of Moana 2. The combination of strong performances and technical innovation made the film a standout at the box office. Conclusion: the impact of filmmaking techniques on Moana 2. In Moana 2, the filmmakers employed an array of cinematic techniques, ranging from dynamic cinematography to intricate sound design and innovative camera work, to create an immersive and emotionally resonant experience. These techniques not only shaped the film's atmosphere but also contributed to its narrative structure and character development. By combining these visual and auditory elements, the filmmakers were able to tell a story that was both visually spectacular and deeply moving. The movie's success, both critically and commercially, was a testament to the power of these filmmaking techniques. From the sweeping landscapes to the intimate moments of self-reflection, every element was carefully crafted to engage the audience on a deeper level. The film's technical prowess, coupled with its universal themes, ensured that Moana 2 would remain a beloved addition to the Disney animated legacy for years to come. Moana 2 garnered significant attention not just for its stunning visuals and compelling narrative, but also for the stellar performances of its cast and the wide-ranging reactions from its audience. The film's cast, both returning and new, brought the world of Moana to life in a way that resonated with audiences of all ages. Behind-the-scenes interviews with the cast and crew provide valuable insights into their experiences, motivations, and the process of bringing the beloved characters back to the screen. Meanwhile, audience reviews shed light on the impact the film had upon its release, showcasing how it connected with viewers on an emotional level and exceeded expectations in some areas while leaving others wanting more. This story explores both the cast's journey and the reception of Moana 2, offering a glimpse into how the magic of the film was crafted and how audiences responded to it. The cast, bringing the characters to life. Auli'i Cravalho, Moana. The central character of Moana 2 is, of course, Moana herself. Auli'i Cravalho, who has become synonymous with the character, returned to voice the young heroine. Having portrayed Moana in the first film, Cravalho's return was met with excitement from fans, many of whom had followed her journey from her breakthrough role as a teenager. In interviews, Cravalho shared how deeply connected she felt to the character, describing Moana not just as a fictional creation, but as an extension of her own identity. "I feel like Moana and I have grown together," Cravalho said in one behind-the-scenes interview. "She's always been a part of me, and getting to voice her again in Moana 2 felt like continuing a personal journey that I've been on for years." Her dedication to capturing Moana's growth was evident in the nuanced performance she delivered, especially as the character grapples with new challenges and responsibilities. For Cravalho, returning to Moana was both an honor and a challenge. The character's growth from the first film to the sequel meant exploring new emotional depths and embracing a more mature version of Moana. The actress spoke about how her own experiences mirrored Moana's in some ways, transitioning from a young girl discovering her destiny to an adult beginning to understand the weight of leadership. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson Maui. Dwayne Johnson's return as the shape-shifting demigod Maui was another highlight of the film. Johnson's portrayal of Maui in the original Moana was widely praised for its charisma, humor, and underlying vulnerability. In Moana 2, Maui's character experiences a growth arc of his own, showing a more reflective side as he grapples with his past mistakes. Johnson, known for his larger-than-life persona, had to tap into a different, more introspective version of Maui. "Everyone loves the fun, cocky Maui," Johnson said in one interview, "but in Moana 2, we get to see another side of him. A side that feels the burden of his past actions and wants to do better." Johnson's nuanced performance helped flesh out Maui's transformation from a playful trickster into a more responsible and self-aware character, much to the delight of fans. One of the standout moments in the film, according to Johnson, is when Maui and Moana face a particularly perilous challenge together. The dynamic between the two characters shifts significantly from the first movie, where they had a somewhat antagonistic relationship. "The way they support each other in Moana 2 shows just how far they've come," Johnson reflected. This evolution of Maui's character was something Johnson was excited to explore, giving the film an emotional depth that mirrored Moana's own journey. New cast members, expanding the world of Moana. While Cravalho and Johnson were expected to return, Moana 2 also introduced a new cast of characters, expanding the already vibrant world. One of the new additions was a character named Kamea, a wise old shaman who becomes a key ally in Moana's quest. Voiced by seasoned actor Oscar Isaac, Kamea brings a sense of gravitas and mystery to the film. Isaac spoke about how he approached the role, saying that he wanted Kamea to feel grounded in the culture and mythology of Moana's world while also offering a sense of timeless wisdom. Kamea represents the deep spiritual connection that Moana is starting to understand, Isaac shared in an interview. It's a great honor to be part of such a meaningful story, one that explores themes of responsibility, heritage, and destiny. Another exciting new character is Lua, a young, brave girl from Moana's village who helps guide her on her journey. Voiced by newcomer Keala Settle, Lua's character brings fresh energy to the film. Settle, known for her powerful voice and stage presence, infused Lua with an infectious enthusiasm that contrasts nicely with Moana's more reflective nature. "I love the opportunity to play someone so filled with hope and determination," Settle said in a roundtable discussion. Lua's optimism and bravery are exactly what Moana needs to help her realize the power of community and teamwork. Behind-the-scenes interviews, crafting the film's heart and soul. The behind-the-scenes stories offer a deeper look into the process of bringing Moana 2 to the screen. From the very beginning, the filmmakers were dedicated to preserving the heart and spirit of the first film while pushing the narrative and characters into new territory. Director Don Hall and co-director David G. Derrick Jr. spoke at length about how they approached the film's tone, ensuring that it would resonate with both longtime fans and new viewers. In one interview, Hall explained, "We wanted Moana 2 to feel like an extension of Moana's journey, but also a story that stands on its own." The challenge was balancing the epic adventure with the personal, emotional beats that define Moana's character. Derrick Jr. added, "One of the things we wanted to explore was how Moana deals with the idea of legacy. As she grows and becomes a leader, she has to learn how to honor the past while also forging her own path. That's a universal struggle, and we felt that it would resonate with people of all ages." The animation team also faced significant challenges in creating the stunning visuals of Moana 2. According to production designer Bill Schwab, one of the most difficult aspects of the film's design was recreating the intricate, lush islands and vast, dynamic ocean. Water, in particular, was a challenge, Schwab admitted. "The technology we used to animate the ocean in the first film was groundbreaking, but for Moana 2 we had to push it even further. We wanted the ocean to feel more alive than ever, especially during moments of high tension." Schwab and his team used cutting-edge technology to create water simulations that could mimic the ocean's unpredictability. This allowed for breathtaking sequences, such as a scene where Moana and Maui battle a massive storm, where the ocean itself becomes a force of nature. Audience reviews, critical reception, and viewer reactions. When Moana 2 was released, audience reactions were overwhelmingly positive, though not without some criticisms. Fans who had fallen in love with Moana's original adventure were eager to return to the world of the Pacific Islands, and many were thrilled to see the continuation of her story. One of the recurring themes in audience reviews was the film's emotional depth. Fans praised the movie for its ability to balance heart-pounding adventure with quiet, introspective moments. Many cited the strong performances by Auli'i Cravalho and Dwayne Johnson, as well as the new characters, as highlights of the film. Moana 2 took the adventure to the next level, wrote one enthusiastic reviewer on a popular movie forum. "The stakes felt higher, the emotional moments hit harder, and the visual effects were stunning. It's the kind of sequel that doesn't just rely on nostalgia, but adds something new to the story." Critics also pointed out the development of Maui's character as one of the movie's standout aspects. Seeing Maui reflect on his actions and grow alongside Moana was such a satisfying narrative choice. One critic noted in a review, "It was nice to see a character we first met with a cocky attitude evolve into someone more self-aware and earnest." However, some fans were. Conclusion: the cast's legacy and the audience's response. In the end, Moana 2 achieved the rare feat of being a sequel that not only lived up to the expectations of its predecessor, but also expanded the universe in meaningful ways. The cast's heartfelt performances, coupled with the powerful behind-the-scenes work from the filmmakers, made the movie an unforgettable experience. The character arcs, emotional depth, and stunning visuals left audiences moved, proving that Moana's journey was far from over. The film continues to resonate with audiences, young and old, while also sparking Moana 2 is a movie that captured the imagination of audiences worldwide, not just for its thrilling plot, but also for its heartwarming cast and the creative forces behind its production. As the world prepared to reunite with Moana and Maui, viewers were eager to dive back into the lush landscapes of the Pacific Islands. The film's cast, which included returning favorites and new faces, delivered performances that added emotional layers to the story. Behind the scenes, directors, animators, and voice actors worked tirelessly to bring this story to life, overcoming technical challenges and exploring new depths in the world of Moana. The initial reactions from audiences were overwhelmingly positive, as the sequel lived up to the high expectations set by the original. Through a mix of character development, stunning visuals, and emotionally resonant moments, Moana 2 cemented itself as a memorable continuation of Moana's journey. However, it wasn't without its criticisms, and some fans felt that certain plot elements could have been tightened or more fully explored. Despite this, the movie was hailed for pushing boundaries in both storytelling and animation, continuing Moana's legacy and touching the hearts of a new generation. The feedback from the public was filled with admiration, with many sharing how much they loved watching Moana evolve and grow into a leader while staying true to her roots. This journey was made possible by the remarkable performances of the voice cast, the creative vision of the production team, and the rich cultural and emotional depth the film offered to audiences everywhere. In the end, Moana 2 was a testament to the power of storytelling, the evolution of beloved characters, and the ability of film to inspire, entertain, and move people across the globe. Through cast interviews, critical reviews, and the heartfelt reactions of fans, it's clear that Moana's journey, both in the narrative and in the hearts of viewers, has only just begun. As we come to the conclusion of our deep dive into Moana 2, it's time to reflect on everything we've explored, from the intricate details of the plot and character development to the behind-the-scenes efforts that brought this sequel to life. Along the way, we've uncovered fascinating insights into the cast's performances, the visual storytelling, the film's themes, and the immense cultural significance it holds. With each piece of this movie's puzzle in place, it's clear why Moana 2 stands as a remarkable follow-up to the original, and why it resonated with so many fans around the world. Recap of key elements: what we learned about Moana 2. Throughout our journey through the film, we've seen how Moana 2 manages to build on the foundation laid in the first movie, while offering new depth and excitement. From the very start, the film picks up where its predecessor left off, exploring Moana's journey as a young leader who faces new challenges as she discovers what it truly means to lead her people. Auli'i Cravalho's portrayal of Moana has only grown stronger, bringing her from a self-discovering heroine to a young woman grappling with the responsibilities of leadership. The nuances of Moana's emotional and physical growth are compelling, making her journey both relatable and inspiring. Meanwhile, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's return as Maui brought a perfect balance of humor and heart. In Moana 2, we see Maui evolve from the cocky, self-absorbed demigod into a more introspective character who learns valuable lessons alongside Moana. This growth for Maui added a surprising layer to the character, keeping audiences engaged in his transformation and allowing Johnson to flex his emotional acting chops. The introduction of new characters, such as Camilla, Lua, and others, added fresh energy to the film, and their dynamic with Moana brought exciting new plot developments. Oscar Isaac's voice work as Camilla, in particular, brought a sense of wisdom and gravitas to the film's spiritual journey, while Keala Settle's portrayal of Lua injected the story with youthful optimism and courage. These new characters, alongside the established ones, deepened the film's sense of community and camaraderie, which was central to the overall message of Moana 2. Visually, Moana 2 was an absolute spectacle. The animation team pushed the boundaries of what was possible, especially in their depiction of the ocean. Water, an essential character in its own right, was rendered with breathtaking detail, creating moments of awe and tension that elevated the stakes of the film's action scenes. The animation was not just about beauty. It was a tool to convey the emotional and thematic depth of the story. The Pacific Islands, with their lush landscapes and towering waves, served as the perfect backdrop to Moana's journey of discovery. Thematic depth and symbolism, a universal journey. One of the most compelling aspects of Moana 2 is the way it explores timeless themes that resonate across cultures and generations. The core message of the film centers around identity, responsibility, and legacy, ideas that are central not only to Moana's character but to the world around her. The film dives deep into Moana's relationship with her ancestors, her village, and the natural world, using symbolism and visual metaphors to express these profound connections. Moana's ongoing relationship with the ocean is a powerful metaphor for her personal journey. In Moana 2, we see her learn to trust her instincts and to recognize her place in the larger narrative of her people. The ocean, once a source of adventure and mystery, now becomes a symbol of Moana's inner strength and resilience. The theme of community and leadership also plays a significant role, as Moana comes to understand that her strength doesn't lie just in her ability to lead, but in her ability to bring others together. This evolution, reflected in her interactions with new characters like Lua and Camilla, reinforces the film's overarching message that true leadership is about fostering unity and guiding others to find their own strength. Maui's redemption arc was another powerful thread in the film. His journey of growth from a flawed, self-centered demigod to a more introspective and self-aware figure mirrors Moana's own transformation. The fact that their arcs are intertwined makes for a compelling narrative about how relationships shape who we become and how our actions can impact others long after we've moved on. The film does an excellent job of balancing these individual arcs, while highlighting how both Moana and Maui must confront their pasts to move forward. The impact of Moana 2 on audiences, critical and audience reception. As we explore Moana 2's reception, it's clear that the film had a significant impact on its audience. The film was met with widespread praise for its emotional depth, character. Despite the overall positivity, the film did receive some critiques, particularly regarding its pacing. Some viewers felt that the middle act of the movie dragged slightly, with certain plot points feeling repetitive or underdeveloped. However, these criticisms were generally outweighed by the overall enthusiasm for the film, especially regarding the emotional payoff in the final act. The climactic moments, which brought together the film's themes of legacy, community, and self-discovery, were widely praised for their power and emotional resonance. Conclusion: what makes Moana 2 truly special? In conclusion, Moana 2 is more than just a sequel. It is a continuation of Moana's journey of self-discovery and leadership. The film expertly blends adventure, humor, and emotional depth, taking audiences on a thrilling ride while also making them reflect on important aspects of life, identity, and community. The stellar performances from the cast, both returning and new, make the characters feel more alive than ever, and the breathtaking animation only serves to enhance the beauty and complexity of the story. As we look back on everything we've learned about the film, from its thematic depth to its groundbreaking animation and the journey of its beloved characters, it's clear that Moana 2 has carved out its own place in the hearts of audiences everywhere. And as Moana's story continues to evolve, we can only wonder what new adventures and discoveries await her in the future. Call to action: stay connected with more movie insights. If you've enjoyed this deep dive into Moana 2, don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth movie analyses and behind-the-scenes content. Whether it's another blockbuster sequel, a hidden gem, or the latest animated adventure, we'll continue to explore the stories that captivate us and bring new perspectives to the films we love. Provocative question to engage the audience further. Now, we want to hear from you. What do you think Moana 2 teaches us about leadership and legacy? How did Moana's journey resonate with you personally? Share your thoughts and let's continue the conversation. As we wrap up this deep dive into Moana 2, let's take a moment to reflect on what makes this sequel a standout addition to the world of animated films. From the heartwarming character arcs to the breathtaking visuals, there's so much to unpack. We've explored the major themes, delved into the cast and crew's efforts, and even analyzed the audience reception. But at the core of it all, it's the emotional depth and cultural richness of the film that leaves the most lasting impression. A journey of discovery, Moana's growth. One of the most compelling aspects of Moana 2 is how it continues Moana's journey. In the original film, Moana was a young girl seeking her purpose and place in the world. In the sequel, we see her evolve into a young leader, learning what it means to balance her responsibilities as the chief of her island with the desire to live up to her ancestors' expectations. This growth is not just about taking on the mantle of leadership. It's about discovering how to navigate the complexities of self-identity, relationships, and the demands of her community. The emotional depth of Moana's journey is complemented by her evolving relationship with Maui, the demigod. Where their relationship was initially one of dependence and conflict, it matures into one of mutual respect and understanding. Maui, too, undergoes his own transformation as he learns the importance of humility and self-awareness. Their dynamic provides much of the film's heart, blending humor, tension, and moments of tenderness. Their development as individuals mirrors the growth of their island and community, one rooted in tradition but constantly evolving to meet the challenges of the present. Cinematography and visual storytelling. In terms of visual storytelling, Moana 2 is a feast for the eyes. The animators once again used the ocean as a central element in the narrative, making it not just a setting but a character in its own right. The way the ocean responds to Moana and Maui's actions speaks volumes about their emotional states and their bond with the natural world. This was something that the animators worked tirelessly to perfect, employing cutting-edge technology to create stunning water effects that feel alive and fluid, capturing the essence of the film's themes about connection to nature. The breathtaking landscapes of the Pacific Islands were brought to life with even more detail, from the lush jungles to the shimmering beaches. The settings are not merely backdrops. They are woven into the story itself, reflecting the internal struggles of the characters. Whether it's Moana's quiet moments of reflection by the shore or the thrilling action sequences on the high seas, the cinematography enhances the mood and emotional resonance of the scenes. Music and soundtrack. The heartbeat of Moana 2. Another crucial element of Moana 2 is its music. The soundtrack, which features new original songs, captures the same magic that made the first film's music so memorable. Songs like New Horizon and Voice of the Waves are not only musically beautiful but serve as emotional anchors for the characters' arcs. The music conveys the feelings of uncertainty, hope, and triumph that Moana experiences throughout her journey. The way these songs intertwine with the film's narrative helps the audience connect with the characters on a deeper level, turning the soundtrack into a character-building tool. The film's composer, Opetaia Foai, brings back the rich Polynesian musical influences from the first movie, while also introducing new musical elements that reflect Moana's growth. Whether it's the energetic rhythm of a sea voyage or the softer, reflective melodies that accompany Moana's moments of doubt, the music elevates every emotional beat. Cultural representation. More than just a sequel. One of the standout features of Moana 2 is its continued focus on Polynesian culture and its sensitive, respectful representation of the islands. From the very beginning of the first film, the creators made it clear that they were committed to portraying the culture accurately and respectfully. This commitment continued in the sequel, where cultural consultants played a significant role in ensuring that the depiction of Moana's world remained true to the traditions, values, and stories of the Pacific Islands. The film not only portrays the cultural significance of the sea, the ancestors, and the concept of leadership, but also explores themes of stewardship, responsibility, and sustainability. These ideas are interwoven into the plot, reminding audiences of the importance of respecting nature and living in harmony with the environment. It's a message that transcends borders and resonates on a global scale, making Moana 2 a film that carries real-world significance beyond its fictional adventure. Audience reception, emotional impact, and critical acclaim. When the film was released, it garnered widespread acclaim for its emotional depth and character development. Critics and audiences praised the movie for. Final thoughts. The future of Moana's legacy. As we wrap up our exploration of Moana 2, we're left with one question. Where does Moana go from here? The sequel not only completes a chapter in her journey, but also opens the door to future possibilities. There's a sense of anticipation as we wonder what challenges Moana will face next and how her growth will continue. The film leaves us with a powerful reminder that leadership isn't just about authority. It's about growth, humility, and connection with others. And what about Maui? His arc in Moana 2 suggests that there's still much more to explore with his character, and many fans are already speculating about where his story could go next. Perhaps Moana and Maui's partnership will evolve further, or perhaps Moana will step fully into her role as a leader of her people. Whatever the future holds, it's clear that the Moana franchise has more stories to tell. Call to action, Stay engaged with more movie analyses. If you've enjoyed this deep dive into Moana 2, don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date on future movie analyses, interviews, and exclusive behind-the-scenes content. There's always more to explore in the world of film, from timeless classics to the latest animated adventures. By subscribing, you'll ensure that you never miss an insight into your favorite movies. Provocative question for audience engagement. Before we go, here's a question for you. What aspect of Moana's character development do you find most inspiring? Her journey to leadership, her connection to her ancestors, or her relationship with Maui? How do you think Moana 2 has impacted the portrayal of strong female characters in animated films? Let us know your thoughts, and let's keep the conversation going. The evolution of Moana, a symbol of growth. At its core, Moana 2 is about evolution, both the external world around Moana and the internal world she inhabits. In the first movie, Moana was a young girl stepping into a world that was bigger than she ever imagined, trying to find her place and purpose. Moana 2, however, shifts the focus to her newfound role as a leader and the responsibilities that come with it. It's not just about self-discovery this time, but rather about leadership, responsibility, and legacy. The film also explores a more nuanced approach to leadership, depicting Moana as someone who must grow into her power, rather than simply inheriting it. The process of leadership isn't always smooth, and the film does an exceptional job of showing how Moana faces setbacks, doubts, and challenges. Through this, she learns that leadership isn't just about holding authority but about guiding and empowering others. What's most remarkable about Moana's evolution is how she manages to stay grounded and true to herself. Throughout the movie, she never loses the essence of who she is. The same brave girl who defied her island's traditions to save her people. Instead, she matures, using her experiences to guide her decisions and build a future for her village that honors both her culture and her ambitions. The ocean as a metaphor, a deeper connection to nature. One of the most striking elements of Moana 2 is its consistent use of the ocean as more than just a setting. The ocean is, in many ways, a character in itself, representing freedom, adventure, and connection to the natural world. But in this sequel, the ocean also becomes a symbol of the challenges Moana must face. Just as the ocean is vast and unpredictable, Moana's journey is one filled with uncertainty and the unknown. In the film's final act, the ocean becomes Moana's guide, reflecting her newfound understanding of herself and her role as a leader. It's an extension of Moana's own inner journey, a manifestation of her realization that she is part of something greater than herself. This symbolism is particularly powerful, as it reinforces the idea that the challenges we face are part of a larger interconnected system. The ocean, once seen as a force of nature to be conquered, is now a source of wisdom and strength. This connection to the ocean is also a reflection of Moana's growth as a leader. Early in the film, she sees the ocean as a mysterious and untamable force, but by the end, she understands that it is something to be respected and worked with, just as she must do with her role as a leader. It's a profound moment of realization, one that ties into the larger environmental and cultural themes of the film. The return of Maui, redemption, and growth. Maui, the beloved demigod from the first film, is a key character in Moana 2 who also undergoes significant growth. While his role in the first movie was primarily comic relief, his character arc in the sequel is far more layered. Maui begins as someone who still struggles with his own identity and pride. He's no longer the self-absorbed figure he once was, but his journey towards self-acceptance is far from over. In Moana 2, Maui is forced to confront his past and his flaws. His redemption arc plays a crucial role in the thematic structure of the film, with Moana acting as both a mentor and peer in helping him find balance in his life. It's a powerful moment when we realize that Maui's character arc is not just about him learning to be humble, but about him finding true strength in his vulnerability. The relationship between Moana and Maui in this film is incredibly important. Where their dynamic in the first film was fraught with conflict, the sequel shows them as collaborators, two figures who, despite their differences, learn to work together for a common goal. This shift in their relationship adds emotional weight to the story, as their journeys intertwine in such a way that one cannot move forward without the other. Maui's transformation is also a subtle commentary on the importance of self-reflection and growth. By the end of the film, he not only seeks redemption but also begins to understand that his strength lies not in his powers but in his ability to change and evolve. It's a powerful message about embracing one's flaws and learning from them, something that makes Maui's character arc just as essential as Moana's. New characters. Expanding the world of Moana. In addition to the familiar faces from the first film, Moana 2 introduces a host of new characters who play significant roles in advancing the story. These characters are not just add-ons but are integral to the plot's development. Characters like Camilla and Lua bring fresh perspectives to Moana's world and deepen the themes of community and leadership. Camilla, voiced by Oscar Isaac, serves as a spiritual guide to Moana, helping her understand her ancestors' legacy. His wisdom and calm demeanor create a sharp contrast to Moana's more headstrong approach, and their relationship serves as a valuable source of growth for her character. Camilla's presence in the film further enriches the theme of legacy, emphasizing that in the end, Moana 2 is more than just a sequel. It is a continuation of a story that is both deeply personal and universally relevant. Through its rich characters, stunning visuals, and heartfelt themes, the film captivates audiences and leaves a lasting impression. The evolution of Moana, Maui, and the new characters adds new layers to the world they inhabit, while the underlying messages about leadership, growth, and environmental responsibility are as powerful as ever. As we reflect on everything we've uncovered about Moana 2, one thing is certain. This film is a testament to the power of storytelling, the strength of community, and the timeless nature of personal growth. Moana's journey continues to inspire and uplift, and as we look ahead, we can only wonder where her story will take us next. Call to action. Keep exploring the magic of film. If this deep dive into Moana 2 has sparked your interest, make sure to subscribe for more insightful movie analyses, hidden details, and behind-the-scenes content. Whether it's another beloved sequel, an animated classic, or the latest cinematic release, we'll continue to explore the films that shape our understanding of the world and ourselves. Provocative question for continued engagement. As Moana continues to grow into her role as a leader, what qualities do you think are? As we close the final chapter of our journey through Moana 2, it's impossible not to marvel at the sheer breadth of this cinematic adventure. This sequel, while honoring its predecessor, boldly charts its own course, diving deeper into the human spirit, the cultural significance of heritage, and the delicate balance between tradition and progress. Let's weave together the threads of this tapestry and reflect on the timeless messages it leaves with us. Moana's leadership, a triumph of heart and vision. Moana's journey in Moana 2 is not merely one of physical challenges or external conflicts, but a deeply introspective quest to define her own leadership. Her struggles reflect universal challenges that leaders face, balancing the weight of legacy with the need to innovate and forge new paths. Through her, we see that leadership isn't defined by perfection but by the courage to act despite uncertainties. Moana's transformation is subtle yet profound. From a young woman inspired by the ocean to a seasoned leader who understands the delicate interplay between human ambition and the forces of nature, her character arc is a masterclass in growth. It's inspiring to witness her embrace her vulnerabilities, turning them into strengths that guide her people and foster unity. Her story reminds us that leadership is not a destination but a lifelong process of learning, adapting, and growing. Themes of unity and interdependence. At its heart, Moana 2 is a tale of interconnectedness between people, the environment, and the traditions that shape us. The sequel doesn't shy away from addressing the complexities of community, showing how collective strength emerges when individuals work together despite their differences. This message resonates strongly in today's world, where collaboration and understanding are more crucial than ever. The film beautifully illustrates that independence and interdependence can coexist. Moana remains a symbol of individuality and self-reliance, yet her success as a leader stems from her ability to empower others and value their contributions. The scenes where her village unites to rebuild their island after a storm or to set sail on a new exploratory mission underscore the power of collective action. These moments echo a profound truth. No journey, no matter how personal, is undertaken alone. Maui's redemption, a mirror to human struggles. Maui's arc in Moana 2 is equally transformative. His struggles with self-doubt and his need for redemption make him one of the most relatable characters in the film. Despite his demigod status, Maui's vulnerabilities ground him, turning him into a mirror through which audiences can reflect on their own insecurities and desires for growth. In the sequel, Maui faces his most challenging opponent yet, himself. His internal conflict of reconciling his past failures with his present potential is a poignant reminder of the human condition. The film's narrative makes it clear that even the mightiest heroes are shaped not by their victories but by how they rise from their defeats. Maui's eventual acceptance of his flaws and his decision to use his powers for the greater good mark a significant milestone in his journey. His growth not only enriches the narrative but also reinforces the film's overarching message. True strength lies in acknowledging and overcoming one's weaknesses. Visual splendor, an ode to nature's majesty. The visual storytelling in Moana 2 is nothing short of breathtaking. Every frame is a love letter to the Pacific, capturing its raw beauty and untamed power. From the lush greenery of Moana's island to the sparkling blue of the ocean under a starlit sky, the film transports viewers into a world where nature is both a muse and a protagonist. The animator's attention to detail is staggering. The way sunlight dances on the waves, the intricate patterns of Polynesian tattoos, and the expressive movements of the characters all contribute to an immersive experience. Beyond aesthetics, the visuals serve as a narrative tool, emphasizing the film's themes of respect for nature and the importance of sustainability. The stormy seas, calm lagoons, and shifting skies mirror the characters' emotions, creating a seamless interplay between setting and story. The role of ancestors, guiding the way forward. One of the most poignant elements of Moana 2 is its emphasis on ancestral wisdom. The film expands on the spiritual connection between Moana and her ancestors, portraying them as guiding lights in her journey. This theme resonates deeply, emphasizing the idea that the past is not a chain that binds us but a foundation that supports us. Through her interactions with her grandmother's spirit and the stories of her forebears, Moana learns to honor tradition while embracing change. The film's depiction of ancestry as a living, breathing presence underscores the importance of staying connected to one's roots while moving forward, a message that carries universal appeal. A musical celebration of storytelling. No discussion of Moana 2 would be complete without celebrating its music. The film's soundtrack is a rich blend of traditional Polynesian rhythms and modern melodies, each song intricately tied to the narrative. The music serves as both an emotional anchor and a storytelling device, capturing the characters' struggles, triumphs, and transformations. One of the standout numbers, Echoes of the Ancestors, is a hauntingly beautiful ballad that encapsulates Moana's journey. Sung as she stands at the crossroads of tradition and innovation, the song's lyrics and melody linger in the hearts of audiences long after the credits roll. Meanwhile, upbeat tracks like Set Sail Again inject energy and excitement, reflecting the adventurous spirit of the film. A message for all generations. Ultimately, Moana 2 is a film that transcends age, culture, and genre. Its themes of leadership, resilience, and unity are universal, appealing to viewers from all walks of life. Whether it's a child,